Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand up comic and host of Bachelor Nation News. Aloha from Hawaii. Got a couple videos for you guys today, real quickly. This is hilarious. This is the perfect Friday video. Ben Higgins is literally so bored on his own podcast. Maurissa Gunn is explaining for the first time ever how she realized her relationship with Riley was ending. She's kind of getting all sentimental. Ashley's listening. And then it looks like it looks like he's gambling or changing his car's oil. I don't know what he's doing in the background, but I don't blame him because when you're done with work, you're done with work. It's just really funny to me to watch this play out. We'll play this clip for you, two different clips. And it's actually pretty interesting. This is the first time we're hearing from Maurissa about the relationship ending, which, it's been about 4 or 5 months now. So it's been a long time. Usually these bachelor couples kind of go running straight to the podcast world, but not so over here. So anyway, not enough to amuse Ben. Let's see if it's enough to amuse you guys here. I'm going to play two clips. The first clip is kind of like a normal conversation, and then you can kind of see Ben start to drift off.
Being in the circumstances we were in, it became reality, like coming off of the show, and sometimes who you meet on the show is not who they are after the show, if that
Ben looks like he's trading crypto in the background, and he just lost a lot of money.
makes sense. I'm not trying to shade in any way. Our whole relationship was legit, of course. Like, I loved him from the bottom of my heart. I'm sure he loved me back. But yeah, it just didn't work out. There's no shade. I mean,
Ben looks like a dad trying to do his taxes, and he's not making enough money to provide for his family. That's
it's a difficult situation. Being in the circumstance.
So we don't get much there from the host. That's okay. Hey, here's the next clip. This is where Ben really starts to lose his marbles. God bless his soul.
I feel like the first signs of it going south happened.
What's he doing?
I mean, clearly you guys saw me on the beach all the time, like breaking down, thinking he was not as into me as I was him. Like, I was all in, so in love, from day one, and that's kind of where it started. Like, the feeling that I had there in paradise was kind of the feeling that just continued to go on. So yes, I get upset with myself.
Ben looks like
you knew it right.
Ben looks like the type of guy who just fell asleep in class, and he woke up and wants to pretend like he didn't fall asleep. He's like, yeah. Economics. What class? This is math class? What is this?
Then and there, but you were just trying to like work through the circumstances and thinking like, oh, you're kind of being a little nuts. Like, he's so into you, especially when you see it on TV. Like, he's not into anyone else doing anything, And for me, the feeling still carried over throughout our whole relationship.
When did you feel?
Now, it could possibly be that Ben didn't know he was on camera, which is a little different here. But, I've always kind of made fun of these Bachelor podcasts because I think Ben's actually a good interviewer and he's got a good voice and all that. I just don't think he cares. And it's funny when you're at a job and you don't care, but you're also on camera. You know what I mean? I care. It's 5 a.m. here in Waikiki. Am I pronouncing that right? But due to the time zone change, I was up early. We're about to go for paddleboarding at sunrise, as you do. So go follow me on Instagram. I got my Instagram right up there, @DNeals. Funny comments from the Reddit section, as always. Well, at least Ashley was listening. Maybe he was busy focusing on his wife. That's an inside joke in Bachelor Nation. I listened to their podcast because of Ashley. She totally carries the pod. Comes prepared and is good at interviewing. She cares. I like Ben, but he just seems tired. My thought with Bachelor podcasts is, they are making pretty decent money. It is their job. Now, they can do whatever they want. They can be bad hosts and people can decide not to watch. But you just get this idea that nobody or a lot of people in Bachelor Nation, the alumni, they're making money off of, it's almost like they're gold mining but don't like mining, but they know there's gold there, right? So it's like, this isn't what, it just goes to show you should pursue authentically things that you're passionate about in life. And I'm not saying he's not doing that. Maybe he's just tired. Maybe the dog's just peeing on the floor. Look, we've all been there. I could think of a million things if Ben was like, oh my gosh, geez, if you only knew what was happening in the background. Absolutely. It happens all the time. I'm guilty of it as well. It's just interesting. Someone said, isn't Ben watching their new dog? I vaguely remember him interviewing Claire alone before, and he apologized to Claire because their dog was chewing on everything and was all over the place. I was saying this to Susanna, Bachelor Data, the other day. This is why it blows my mind that Bachelor podcasts aren't produced at a higher level of professionalism. You don't have to be doing Zoom interviews, still. You can build out a nice little office studio. You can have a nice camera, good audio setup that works perfectly fine through the internet. I mean, these tools it's almost like everyone's acting like we're still on week 1 of the pandemic. These tools exist where we don't have to have garbage audio and video of people whatever. All right, I digress. No one cares. All right, so moving on. 2 more quick subjects here. The Bachelorette posted, did you know there's an official Bachelor class going on at DePaul University? Did anyone else, or any of our audience at DePaul? Someone said, that's amazing. I don't live far from the DePaul campus, so maybe I can guest lecture, says the Bachelorette. I want to guest lecture. I want a lectern. I want one of those minister microphones that they have there that goes there, and I want one of those clicky things for a PowerPoint slide. And I want to go into an absolute tirade to the audience, and this is why you don't need college, Anyway. And here's our final clip of the morning here, just rounding you up with some Bachelor news. I know there isn't much. We're scraping the barrel, as we like to do. Here's Tyler Cameron basically silencing all the rumors that he's with Kristen Cavallari. Here, let's pull this up here.
Oh. Very single.
She says, are you single?
I'm very single right now.
Oh.
Very single. Probably never been more single.
You've never been more single?
Yeah. What I see is someone who's smile, contagious, who can light up a room, but also how they treat people, how they are with the people around them. They respect the server, the parents, their friends. That's big for me.
Okay.
She's gotta be beautiful too. I'm very single.
And they cut it off at the end. He goes, that's big for me, how they treat their friends. Oh yeah, by the way, she's gotta be hot too. Someone said, I thought he was with that model, Camilla. Yeah, they broke up a while ago. He didn't fumble that. Someone says, oh, how did he honestly fumble that? He did not fumble that. She left him for a race car driver. Someone said he is hot and comes across as sweet, but definitely isn't. Look up his interview with the Bella twins. He shades Hannah Brown. Well, Hannah Brown wrote a whole book about him. It's so funny that there's still this war about that. But look, and Hannah Brown knows this. If you're going to write a book and make money telling your story, the people that are involved are going to feel shaded because they're not also making the money telling the story. Rutherford says, my question is, why is he even on Ellen? My question is, why is Mario Lopez hosting Ellen? Does Ellen this is how far removed I am. Does Helen no longer host Or does Ellen DeGeneres no longer host her show? I have a lot of questions here. Anyway, I've got 2 interviews. I have 2 clips today of my watching Demi Burnett's new podcast. So go check those videos out. If you haven't caught up on the Dave Neal show, I've also got several Johnny Depp updates on the Dave Neal show. Those videos are performing really well. Tons of people are watching those videos. And also I've got the other content from yesterday, my conversation with Susanna from Bachelor Data. All right, folks, unless there's any other breaking news, that'll be it for me. You might see some updates over the weekend. And also, if you want to see what I'm doing in Hawaii, where Tasha and I are kind of hanging out, you can go follow me on Instagram at DNeals. Thank you guys so much. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.